Hey YouTube, it's Sean, Griffin RC Planes. Let me get my hat turned around so you can see my pretty face. Anyways, happy weekend everybody. I'm going to do a little fiddling in the workshop. I got a couple hours to kill this Saturday evening. So I gave you guys an update on the Uproar version 2 here that I'm decided to put a 40 size glow engine on it instead of this brushless motor. So I'm going to take the motor off in this video and see if the engine mounts will bolt up to the firewall without having to make any modifications or adjustments, or I might need to strengthen up the firewall, or I don't know. We're just going to see. Take the motor off and put the motor mounts on for the glow engine. And so that's what I'm going to do, fiddling around in this video. And I wanted to answer a good 10 or 15 questions about forward programming. So forward programming is the ability to program a receiver that has AS3X and safe select capabilities from your transmitter. Previously, we had to use an app on a phone or a tablet, or there was a computer program that you did on your PC, and that was for the AR636 receivers, and that was kind of old technology, and the programming didn't work all that well, and some people figured it out, some people struggled with it. I didn't do all that great with it. So instead of Spectrum putting a bunch of time, effort, and money into fixing the app and fixing the computer program, they just made life easier and made it where we could program the receivers directly from our transmitter. Well, a lot of people are asking questions and commenting and saying, I don't have the transmitter for the job. My transmitter's a Generation 1 and I don't want to get a Generation 2 or they're expensive. Well, the misconception is people think that you have to be able to do forward programming from your transmitter if you want to fly a plane with that receiver. No. Forward programming just programs the receiver. Once the programming's done, you can use any transmitter you want that will bind to that receiver and has enough channels to operate what you programmed it for. So if you have a friend that has an Uproar 2 and he put a 637T receiver in it and he programmed it with Safe Select and AS3X and it flies great, and you want to get an Uproar 2, you could buy the receiver. Your friend could program the receiver for you, put the receiver in your plane, and then you can use your Generation 1 transmitter if you want it. So that can work a lot of ways. So you don't have to have a forward programming capable transmitter in order to fly a plane that has a smart receiver in it that has been forward programmed. So somebody can program it for you. You can, get a friend or yourself to download the preset model files directly from the Spectrum model file share and import the model using the USB program cable into the receiver. Put the receiver in your airplane, and there's no need to use forward programming if you don't want to make any adjustments, etc. So, to answer the question, yes, it's possible to fly a plane that has a smart receiver that required forward programming to program it to fly the plane how you want it to fly without having a forward programming capable transmitter. You can have a friend program it for you, or you can buy the receiver already programmed for that plane. So you don't have to have a transmitter to fly the forward programming capable receivers. So hope that answers some questions, and hope that helps some people that were a little bummed out, or scared or whatever. That say, hey, what about I programmed the 637 TA receiver for the Night Timber X because I didn't like how the factory programming was, and then you bought a Night Timber X. And you said, hey, Sean, can you make me a receiver, identical to the one you have? And then you could fly it with your, DX8 Generation 1. So perfectly capable to fly planes without a transmitter that's forward programming capable if the receiver has been forward programmed. So hope that helps. All right, so I'm going to take the motor off my Uproar version 2 here, and let's see how the motor mounts go on for the glow engine. Hang on. Before we get the Uproar up here, I want to show you this desk lamp, this LED light. Some people call it a pit lamp for RC cars, and in various hobby shops you'll see these things for like 90 bucks. This one has different different shades of the white, or the light, I guess we'll call it. And it also has wireless charging for phones. Let's see if I can get it on there. Yep, now the light just turned on that it's going to do the wireless charging, and now the little lightning bolts on my phone there. So Home Depot, 20 bucks. If you go to certain hobby stores and look for like pit lamps for RC car guys that are working on their cars in the pits of the racetracks, like 90 bucks. So anyways, Home Depot, $20 is pretty fantastic deal. All right, let's grab the Uproar. Hey, if you guys get anything out of my videos, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. Share the video. All that is the best way to support what I do. The best way. All right, Uproar it is. Hang on. Got the Uproar on the workbench here. We're going to take the brushless motor off. And then these are the motor mounts that came with the Uproar. They go like so. So let's zip these guys off. I already loosened the screws up. So it'll only take a second to get this off. Thought my drill died for a second. Had washers stacked behind the motor to space it away and give it a small angle down and to the right, as if you were sitting in the plane. All right, got those washers all picked up. And so looking at the directions, there was some marks on here to drill. I guess there was marks for both setups, the brushless and the glow, and I don't see the marks anymore. So we're just gonna see if these holes happen to line up, and they don't. So I'm going to look in the manual real quick and see if there's a stencil or something. Here, let's look together. All right. This is step one for the glow engine. It says push a pin or a small nail into the 4 X marks in the firewall. And I don't see any X marks anymore. And then drill smaller holes and then bigger holes, etc. So I think I'm going to mount the engine to the mount like they have it here, and then I'll trace them onto the firewall. I was starting to look for screws, and then I said, I wonder if there's screws or bolts and nuts in the Uproar kit, and sure enough, it came with the hardware. Through there. Like so. All right, let's see what it looks like. We'll just kind of eyeball it. I put the muffler on too, just so that I wouldn't mount it and then it hit something. We don't want that to happen. Definitely going to have to drill all new holes. But I think this hole can be used for the throttle linkage to operate the carburetor. Check it one more time. I took the muffler off so it's a little easier to handle. And we y'all can see, everybody can see it maybe. I wish I could find those little marks they had. I think I see them. See if you guys can see them too. They're right there, and there, and there, and there. Let's see if that's about where they line up. It is. So that's awfully close to the existing holes. Yeah, and that's got me thinking a little bit. So if I drill a hole for this motor right there, it's going to make it so weak. I'd be better off mounting the motor to another small piece of wood and then bolting that piece of wood up to these holes, or something on the back. Let me think on that. Looking at a few other things and then looking at the manual again, the way they have it set up to mount a servo to run the throttle, it would be on the bottom. So the push rod for the throttle would be coming across the bottom here. And that would have the throttle coming out of right here. There's an X for the throttle right there. And then right here and right here is for the motor mount. So the engine will have to be, here is the throttle linkage right here. They have it set up to mount the engine like that. So it'll be on its side, which is fine. And then the muffler would be down at the bottom. And this motor could even be like that. It really doesn't matter. So they have it intended to be set up like that, which is okay. But I've got to come up with some other kind of plan here for the firewall, because I just now remembered that we put some reinforcements on the inside, and if I drill through where the holes are marked, even though they're really close to this, it'll weaken it and it still won't be right. And I've got this big hole. So I think I'm gonna mount the engine to, some other kind of plate, and then we're gonna bolt that thing up to where the brushless motor was, or something. So this was just a for thought video and see what it's going to take. So that's what it's going to take. It's going to take a little fiddling, which is all part of the hobby. Let me show you the inside here. You can see what I'm talking about. All right, so the plane's upside down real quick. Here's the little bracket that it came with to mount the servo to run the throttle linkage. And you would mount the servo in this way. And then they've got some cutouts right in there for this puzzle piece to rather kind of fit into. So it would go in there like that, and then the servo would be mounted sideways and the linkage going to the front, which puts it coming along the bottom there, and then coming out that hole that we saw when we saw that other X. So here's the inside the firewall there. You can see the back of the bind nuts, and then down there's some foam that I'll remove. I put that there because I don't want the battery to slide forward and hit the back of the bolts for the brushless motor. So all that will come out, obviously. But with the hole in the center already, and it will just make that firewall really weak, and it won't hold that motor. So or engine rather. So I'm gonna figure out something else. So that was good. Now we just kind of got an idea of what it's gonna take. So it's all part of fiddling. I might figure out a way to cut this whole firewall out and install a new one. You know, I might be able to cut out, let's say this entire gray area I can gently remove. And then I can take another piece of wood, the exact size, and put it inside, and I can glue it with you know, some good 2-part epoxy. And then I can run some screws, something like that. Might just replace the whole firewall. We'll see. You never know. It's all fiddling. It's part of the hobby, man. It's fun. It's good for a rain day or in the winter. Part of the fun. Some people that would drive crazy, but I like that, and I like the challenges and stuff. So, all right, guys. Hey, that's all I got for this one. Happy weekend. Happy flying. And once again, hey, subscribe if you haven't. Make sure you're still subscribed. A thumbs up. Share the video. That's the best way to support what I do. If you get anything out of this, you know, some help, a laugh, whatever, I'd appreciate it. Okay, guys. Hey, until next time, you'll see me here. If you want to win a jet like this, all you have to do is subscribe. Click the like button and leave a comment. And then ring the bell so you don't miss my next video. At 1,000 subscribers, we gave this jet away. At 5,000, we're going to give another one. I don't know what it is yet. We'll see when that time comes. So, hey, subscribe, guys. Happy flying.